What's going on, guys? Chase Daniel here. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Really appreciate you. Today we are going to break down Shedeur Sanders. His rookie season has been very up and down. Got the call. We knew he would eventually play after getting rid of Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, getting hurt and just not playing too well. And what Shedeur's done, it's been impressive. You know, it started really slow. He's gotten a lot better as the game's gone on. And guys, I've seen every one of your comments, the bad, the good, the ugly. Really appreciate you guys leaving the comments. I'll respond to any of them. Keep them coming. Let's see what Shedeur Sanders has in store for this year and possibly next year. Do you think he's done enough to become a franchise quarterback? All right, Shedeur Sanders, man. A lot of narratives around this dude. A lot of all this stuff. Gets his first NFL game to play, like an actual game. And look, it wasn't good. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, I don't think the offensive line played very well. I don't think that the entire team played well. There were some drops, and I just don't think he was ready. And that's completely fine and normal because he gets 0 reps with the first team in the entire week. 0 reps. So I just want to keep that in mind as we break this down. This isn't opinion. This is pure fact on what we're going to be breaking down. It's the film breakdown. So you can have all your narratives that you want. This is what I see on the film. All right. You have a tight end blocking right there, a fake to the right. And this is his first NFL completion. Just throw a hitch in a corner. It's just called Q8 smash. Q8 smash means you're running a sprint out to the right. So you're going to go there. Does a good job right there, understanding, hey, just put the ball away. There's nothing crazy to it. I just wanted you to show his first NFL completion. And you're going to see a lot of these on the film where it was. So we'll see right here. All right, 2nd and 15. We have 11 plays right here from Shedeur's debut. That's another thing too. Zach Ord just completely brought the house versus this dude. Thought this was smart, right? It's a smart play. There's nothing too crazy about it. They ended up playing Tampa 2, and they did this to control the rush. So they're going to chip and then go sit. You're going to have a deep end right there by number 44 with what a receiver number by this guy. You're going to have a spray release post off the screen, and you're going to have a flat route with the back doing something. So you just want to go pure progression. 1 to 2 to 3. This is actually a perfect coverage for this play. And if Shedeur maybe had gotten some work or felt comfortable, then maybe he could have ripped this deep in route. So there he is right there. He's got a good pocket. I want to see him step up into the pocket. You really want to look these guys down here. You can already see Roquan Smith, number 0, I believe, driving Njoku. But this is where the ball is supposed to go. All right, he does that. He's already throwing. He could step up a little bit, and I'm fine with this. It's 2nd and 15. That is next level, though, open. You throw through that hole, and it's so difficult when you're cold for a backup quarterback to come in and try to play, but he does do a good job of getting them into 2nd and medium. So there you go. You're chipping. You really want to affect these two guys with Njoku's. You want to look them down, and if you have a good, clean pocket, which he does, that's really where you want to step up and deliver the football. He does right there, right? Okay, so I like it. Like, I'm not sure. His eyes are right there to Roquan. Roquan is sort of baiting him into doing this. Next level would be, hey, just there, and then you don't even have to throw through a window. You see this guy right there, you don't even throw over anyone. You can throw that open, and it's the second play of the breakdown. So I get what he's doing that. Let's just see where his eyes are, right? Roquan's there, 40's there, right? Boom. I like it. Okay. He's looking right down the middle of the field because he wants to hold him back, but they know they rally up. I know he can make this throw, and we'll see it earlier because it's the very next, or it's like one of the last plays that he does that has that. All right. This is crazy. 3rd and 10. They're bringing all sorts of pressure. There's so many things wrong here, and a lot of it does not have to do with Shedeur. This package is very difficult to defend. Okay, you have 2 A-gap players, you have an outside player, and an outside threat. So technically, there's 8 threats. This is the most difficult thing to practice as a backup quarterback because right when Shedeur came in on every 3rd down, and you'll see it, they brought freaking pressure from left, they brought pressure from right, they did pick games, they did stunt games, they did all that stuff. And I'm going to show you why the left tackle needs to continue out and the running back needs to step up and actually block Kyle Hamilton. There's a a lot of things that go wrong. I think they're trying to do like a key route, which is a slant there. I think this is sort of the route concept. So you have a corner route and you have a key route, which is a one-step slant, okay? You want to be able to look right now if you're the key. Here's what he's doing. It's 3rd and 10. Shedeur, in my opinion, is saying, hey, I'm hot. I'm backing up. I'm getting some depth. You are not looking. Why aren't you looking? That's where he should throw the football right now. He can't because he's not looking. So that's not really on him. I don't know if Njoku is really the hot right there. And all 3 receivers are in the same spot. Like what? Like this is the definition of not helping your backup quarterback. Another thing too, let's talk about protection. Center goes this way, left guard goes that way, left tackle goes that way. Kyle Hamilton ends up pressuring right guard here, right tackle there. Okay, they get this picked up. This should be picked up. This should be a big play. So if 34 comes and actually blocks Kyle Hamilton and 72 does what he's supposed to do, if this guy drops out, these 3 guys, okay, Roquan drops out, these 3 guys should have 1, 2, and 3. Left tackle doesn't slide. First of all, let's pay attention to the running back. Running back, I don't know what that is, right? It's not a pick stunt. You have to block them. And then left tackle, why are there 2 dudes on here? Like, keep sliding out. I'm guessing that's what they're taught. So the protection plan is just poor. And then if it is a good protection plan and he is picked up, even if this guy doesn't look, I believe this corner route right here is going to be open. Okay, not this one. It's another one. So anyway, he should be looking right there. So that's sort of what he's seeing from an offensive side of things. If this running back gets there and this left tackle kicks out, it's there. And I don't know if Shedeur has something he needs to call to be able to do that, but just not a great play right there. All right, again, look how many people are up, right? Another 3rd and forever. All right, what are they doing? Are they blitzing? Are they not? Now it's a pick stunt and it's an interception, right? It's just people look, I get it. Shedeur should not have thrown this. He should have thrown this flat route. I'm just going to be honest with you right there. Throw the flat route. It's open. Also, this receiver, I'm just going to run it one more time. He's supposed to go out. He doesn't go out. Shedeur is trusting him to go out. The route concept's pretty easy. You want to get on the outside. You never want to lose leverage on the inside. And then you're going to come up here and going in. So you got this and this. It's as simple as that. 1 to 2. First of all, receiver cross face. Like Shedeur should not have thrown this. Make no doubt about it. However, you're sort of trusting that you're going to get picked up and you are not going to be able to throw this interception. So a couple things here. This one should be picked up as well. Like it really is. So watch 14 and watch 53. He's going to pick. 53 is going to come inside. 34 just is not sure what he's doing. So center is going to go right. Already see that? You want to stay vertical right there. You don't want to get picked. They have enough guys. 75 should eat him. 34 should be on Kyle Van Noy. You should never allow this to happen. Right down the middle, right? Here's another thing too. There's 3 offensive linemen to block a D tackle. There's 2 offensive linemen, a tight end, and a running back to block 3 Ravens. Where do you think the matchup is, right? At some point, I know you're sliding this way, but they drop a defensive end. There's no way that Kyle Van Noy should be coming right up the middle. That's tough, right? And then you get smoked. And look, I agree. He should not throw this. He should throw the flat route. He's trying to make a play. At the end of the day, though, the biggest thing for a backup quarterback, you got to come in on short notice, and you cannot throw interceptions. I mean, bottom line. And I know they've been working this, and this is very difficult. This is not easy at all to do. I just think it's crazy that you have 3 offensive linemen and you have 2 offensive linemen on 4 guys over here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And he gets smacked, throws it right to him. Jerry Jeudy doesn't run out. Just bad. So you're not getting help from the offensive line. You shouldn't have thrown it. And then your receiver. So honestly, it could not have started any worse. Here's another one too. Right. there's nothing open. And I think this is something that Shedeur has to learn right here is, hey, we're going down flat. It's just a naked route, boot to the right, fake 37 base, naked right. You have a corner route and you have an over route. So it's simple. It's 1 to 2, and then maybe your corner is 3. Stay on the run. Don't stop, which he does. But also, they're trying to get this guy, and then 41's right there. They said once Shedeur came in, we're just going to get after the passer. And so the slide route's messed up. Okay, this slide route right here, he should be number 1. This down flat should be number 2. I didn't even know there was a slide route because it got freaking hit. So that's the route concept. You're trying to give your guy an easy completion, right? And 41 completely ruins this. And then at this point, Kyle Hamilton's just baiting you. Just continue to press the edge, maybe throw that. If not, then just dirt it and eat it. You can't do this. 83's right there. You're hiding. You're trying to come over. Also, I did not see this. You have left tackle over. So there's the tight end. So they're trying to get tricky with this. Just get up there and run the play, right? 1941 says, hey, I got a short edge. I bet this short edge, where this is the right guard, I bet the tight end told this guy, hey, you know what? By alignment, I'm just going to shoot my shot. He does that. This should have been another interception. You can't do that, right? If anything, keep pressing, and you're going to throw that right there. You have to keep pressing right there. All right, next play. Just a comedy of errors overall for everyone. And look, he didn't have any first team reps, so I get it. Another third down right here. Okay, double A got mugged. Now they're bringing this guy. All right. Hey, something positive, right? It's difficult, right? You got all this stuff. You're trying to move the pocket. You go on this little 3-step right here where you're going to the flat, and then you're trying to go there and you're trying to go there. And as soon as you get pressure off the edge, you have nothing to do. Glad he did not throw that because they are trying to trick him right there. It looks like single high coverage. He's going to cloud it. I mean, look at everything that they're bringing, right? And they're trying to confuse them. And this is normal for any guy. Another thing too is like that's a good scramble. Another thing, it's very difficult when you're sprinting out to the right to retrace steps back. And you see Roquan right there. He's pointing. This is the better view. He's pointing, hey, you blitz, right? All right, it's sprint out. Starks is going all the way here. It's a good job by him not seeing that. They're dropping this guy out. Third down, big time conversion for Shedeur, and Roquan's trying to freaking kill him. All right, 3rd and 6 right here. They're holding it. All right, another third down, money down. Let's see. Are they pressuring or are they not? Is it man? Looks like man. Looks like it might be cover 0. Now they're bringing field pressure. Got to throw this one away. All right. Here's the one where I thought he could have thrown the corner route. So it's pretty simple route concept. It's an out, it's a corner, it's an over, and it's a deep in, right? So it's just pure progression, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. All right. They should have this picked up. And the back completely whiffs again. So you have somebody right here who's going to the middle of the field. I think that's Kyle Hamilton. And then you have Roquan in this nickel pressuring on this side. So as long as this center is going this way, you track him and the running back gets him. So it's just a litany of errors in protection. And look, I've broken down Dylan a little bit, but this is happening everywhere. Look, he's looking this way. He just needs to trust it and launch it right there. It's impossible when you got a guy coming scot-free. Left guard, left tackle, center, all right? That's hard. That's a free safety on the line of scrimmage. That's what you get sometimes. Center should track him, right guard here, right tackle here. 10 has to do a much better job of staying balanced in protection right there. See, this just tells me he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows the center's going 0. You can't get out, and then he freaks out, and then he overcorrects. The center's not helping anyway either. I mean, look at this. What do you expect? They're blitzing everywhere. No one's going to have a chance. Joe Burrow's not going to have a chance out there with that stuff. So just got to fix protection. All right, motion 2x1 to 3x1, 2x2, excuse me, to 3x1. Here we go. More pressure, more pick stunt, intentional grounding. I mean, this is hard. This is very difficult. I don't know what they're going to do. Because any quarterback would struggle with this. It's just all go special, 2 seam routes. You have a comeback and you have a comeback. He's looking at the right spot. He's looking right here. All right, here's my thing. You have 5-man front and you're bringing 6. How many guys do they have to block? Well, they have 5 offensive linemen plus a running back. You got to get this picked up, right? He's looking this way, but I'm telling you, the read is 1 to 2. That's the second read. That's the first read. He feels color. He's trying to get out. You can't do this, though. You got to get this ball past the line of scrimmage. And it's a pick stunt again. So I don't know if this could have been any worse start, right? You're there. You're going to drop this guy out. You're pick stunning between 14 and 53, and they still have yet to get it. Watch this, right? He's going to go here. He picks the right guard. He goes there. 34 needs to stand up there. It needs to turn into a gap protection where 77's right there, and 34 has to be a little bit better at it. He gets picked, and that's difficult. And then you have intentional grounding right there. If he gets his eyes the right spot right there, and he has any type of time, he throws this comeback route, or he should throw this comeback route for a nice gain. Instead, it's not good. All right, here we go. Play 49 of the game. All right, 2-by-2 formation. What are they doing? Okay, this is the exact same thing that I said that they came back and saw on film. This is growth. This is growth. Now it is versus different coverage. It's that post route. It's that in route. It's that chip flat. It's that chip set down. Watch him hold on to the football a little bit longer and throw this deep in right here. Exactly what he's supposed to do. All right, I love it. Nice. That's perfect. That's an NFL type throw, right? Between 4 guys. And I guarantee you, they said, hey, look him down. These 2 guys want to jump up. Really nice route by 44 and a dime throw, right? Best throw of the day for him. So the talent's there. It's just the speed of the game, getting used to it, doing all this stuff. I mean, this is like sort of next level stuff right there. But he's just that little pat of the football right there. Watch these 2 dudes. They're like wolves trying to eat. And then he throws a perfectly thrown football over there, right? There wasn't a lot that was great, but him to step up there, just that subtle movement to the right, just a little bit, man, this is stuff you can grow on, especially when the game's been like this, especially when you're 1 score down and you're continuing to move the football. But watch his eyes, right? 0 and 40. This is the play that I showed. I think it was like the second play of the game where he goes down, pay a little bit of growth, says, hey, I need to grow. All right, watch this. Boom. That's a nice throw right there. A lot of guys don't have the strongest arm, as long as they can make the play. All right, 2nd and 5 right here. Let's see what this is. This is just next level right here. Buying time in the pocket. When I say next level, like he did this at Colorado a little bit, but this is against the Ravens. So it's pretty good. And then people are saying he missed this. I don't know. I think that there's a few things that he could have done better. It's just, I don't understand the route concept. It's 2 goes. He looks hot. He runs slant. He goes go. You got to understand, one, you're not always going to be able to beat it. And this is, they're dropping out these 2. These are type of things that, one, you don't get to practice during the week because you're a backup quarterback on the move. Now it doesn't get anything, but they're throwing into the end zone with a chance to tie the game, right? Dylan Gabriel concussion, all that stuff like that. That's good stuff. I mean, they're just bringing all sorts of pressures. This dude dropping off. At least he saw the dropout, right? At least he saw that guy, because he could have thrown it right there and who knows what would have happened. There's a slant route. I mean, they're taking everything away. So for him to be able to do this, which is really good. Got to take care of the football. And then look when he throws this, right? It's not like it's like open. You don't know where to throw it. You don't want to underthrow it because you don't know if this guy's going to go. So there's a lot of there's a lot of not narratives. Well, there's a lot of that too. But there's a lot of nuances in this. And then 3rd and 6 right here. I'm pretty sure they end up throwing this. Imagine the crowd going crazy if he would have caught this. There's the out route. There's the go route. I like this throw. However, watch this dude wide open. He's wide open. He's taking a shot. I appreciate that. That's first down right there. He's taking a shot and he's saying, hey, I need to do it. That dude's open. And they're going to say that in film study, like, hey, like the alert, I'm good with it. But if you get pressure off this edge, where do you need to go? You need to go to this guy right here, Jerry Jeudy. But he does throw a good football, and they end up losing this game. Look, it's way too early to tell if Shedeur. I mean, Shedeur got 0 reps. We'll see if Dylan Gabriel's healthy. But Shedeur, man, some mistakes, but some good as well. First and second down against this Raiders defense, a lot of run, right? Third down, you get to it and long because their offensive line has not played well. He made them pass, and when you're throwing the football like that, only on third down, it's really hard to get in a rhythm. There's no under center drop back game. There's none of that stuff. Here's another third down play right here. And they're just running between the sticks. I mean, it's pretty simple. You're going to bring this guy in motion. You're going to come up set. He's going to have a deep corner route, which is what you call pylon, and he's going to have an over route. So you just read it right to left, right? So here's number one, the deep play. And, you know, as a rookie quarterback and as a guy in his first career start, you're going to get the ball out quick. So really, that's maybe an alert. That's probably what they're telling you in the coaching staff meeting. Then you're going to read low to high. So you're going to have 1 to 2. This is an 18-yard over route. This should get to 6 yards or so. However, the problem is when we run this play, you know, that is the first down marker. So it's third and long. You're short. And what you want to do as a quarterback, you have a pretty good pocket right here, one of the few good pockets. You want to make sure that you draw these defenders in. Right? So these are the guys you want to get up. But as soon as they go cover 2, I thought he did a really nice job of just getting the ball to him early. And to have him have a chance at least to run after the catch. And it's just a good job by the Raiders team of rallying, tackling. But you're going to go here. I just give me something past the stick. So people are going to look at this and say, hey, Shedeur, all right, you're getting the ball to him. I like the mechanics, though. This is exactly what you want to do. If this guy is open right here and he's just doing what he's coached, 1, 2, 3, hitch ball. Good mechanics, good base right there. We'll break it down from this side. But it's one of those things where, hey, like you're now fourth down and you can't really hold on to the ball because it's cover 2. I thought he did a good job of getting up there, controlling the line of scrimmage, handling all the other stuff outside of actually just like getting completions. But this is exactly what you want to do. On 3rd and 8, you have a 6-yard hitch, 6-yard completion. See how he goes 1, 2, 3, hitch ball, and the ball's there already before he's out of his break. So on tape, you know, whatever, it's not getting the first down. He's doing his job. Right? I mean, you could honestly hold it right there, but the way the game had been going, you got Max Crosby stuff. I'm good with that. That's his first progression. You're probably not reading through the alert. All right, next play. Hold on, Grant. Let's go back. 3, 2, 1. All right, next play right here. 2-by-2 formation. I do like these tight splits. Right? But here's what the Ravens did to Shedeur last week. They ended up putting so many people in the box. There's 7 right here. And this offensive line, I'm telling you, that struggled. This is second down. All right, so 2nd and 9, stuff's like not even remotely open because you should be able to block this. And we'll break it down. All they're doing is they're running this deep cross route at 18 to 22 yards, and they're running a deep post with flat control and something right there. That's the route concept. So you really want to read post to deep cross to this little chip flat breakdown. However, he doesn't even get a chance to do that because the line is sliding all opposite ways. So this is 2nd and 9. First of all, it's really cover 0. But if you have 2 tight ends in, you should be able to block. So here, let's break it down from this view. Max Crosby, all right, this guy. He's a down lineman. He's a down lineman. Let's clear it. Down lineman, down lineman, down lineman, down lineman. All right, so this is linebacker. This is linebacker. This is safety. You have 5 guys, maybe 6 to block 7. Here's what should never happen is these guys should never come through the A-gap, right? if you have 44 and you need to make a call to put him on Max Crosby, 78 needs to slide to here. You can't let these two guys come scot-free. Like that's just not the way. And she's lucky this didn't get picked off, but I just didn't like the protection plan. You have this guy free, 10 has to have here. How are you letting this guy come through the A gap, right? You need to block out, you need to make a call, you need to have something in the toolbox of Shedeur. Now remember, this is second and long. So this is 2nd and 9. So and then here's the next play on 3rd and 9. This is the very next play. What do you see? Hey, empty protection, empty formation. They go up there again and put 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. So what does Shedeur do? Let's see it, right? Here we go. Making a play and empty and says, hey, you know what? Instead of just throwing it away, I'm going to throw a bomb down the field. You can't coach this. You can't coach this. So I guarantee you Shedeur was like, you know what? My offensive lineman, I can escape to the right. They didn't end up blocking for me. Where is my deep shot down the football field? And for him to be able to do this in scat protection is unbelievable. You really want to in this cover 0, which they did. They saw this from the Ravens, and they said, hey, you know what? We're going to challenge Shedeur to end up doing this. It's a 3-level vertical read. Out-breaking routes versus cover 0 is great. This is really difficult to do. You have 5-man protection. They're bringing 6. All right, so you got a guy here, guy here, guy here, guy here, someone here. You shouldn't let them come through the A and B gaps. Shedeur has the right frame of mind. Look at this. They have double A gap mug. He's down, he's down, he's down, he's down. When I say double A gap mug, he's there. Here's what I would want to do. If you know you're going to be going to your right, call a full slide. Like slide that way, go that, instead of letting guys in the A gap come scot-free. So the center's going there. Center's going here. So if that's the case, you can't let this guy run through. So left guard has to come here. 78, I need you to stay on here. You can't let this defensive tackle go right through the B gap. And I know it's Max Crosby out there, but you got 44 right there who's chipping. Conklin has to come down. There's no way you should let a defensive lineman scot-free, but a nice job by Shedeur understanding, hey, you know what? This happened to me on 2nd and 9. Now I'm just going to go out there, instead of throw it to 44's feet, I'm going to just, you know what? I'm going to take a shot. And that's like throw. I mean, we're going to watch it from this view. He just feels pressure here. Okay, 78 needs to be here. You need to let this guy free. That's just how it is in scat protection. But a really nice job of understanding if you're playing next week, check the protection, check it to max pro, take a shot down the field so you're safe and you're not getting hit in the pocket. But this throw is just out of this world. All right, next play here. On the ground. Can't have that happen. The route concept is very simple. It's a spot route. Go up, spot up at 6 yards, a flat route, and then they call this spacing. So you literally want to sweep the board. He's 1, he's 2, that's 3, that's 4. It's a spot spacing type concept. Here's the thing though. They have 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. I don't know if 11's a nickel or a hybrid defensive lineman. What I do know is they're just playing cover 3. So he's deep third, he's deep third, he's deep third. They have a flat defender, a hook curl, and a hook curl. This play is not great versus cover 3. You want to play this play a little bit differently in cover 3. In cover 2, you're reading 1 to 2. All right. In cover 3, you need to read 1 to 2 off of the squeeze. And when I say off the squeeze, I mean which of these hook curl defenders is taking away this. So if he squeezes, you're going here. If he squeezes, you're going here. So the route concept and read changes based on coverage. I don't think he thought this was cover 2. I thought, based on looking at this 1,000 times, I don't know if he saw this flat defender. It looked like he thought he could beat this guy in there with good timing, and it would have been tight either way. But you always got to have your eyes out in front of you. This flat defender sort of baits him. Look at Shedeur's eyes, right? He's just staring right at it, and he's starting to throw it, but this is just a better play by this flat defender. My big thing is go 1 to 2 or 1 to 2. It's pretty simple right there. Look, this is a rookie mistake. The more he plays and understands it, this is a weird front regardless. Like there's 2 overhang guys. There's one right here and there's one right here. This flat defender though, look at this. This hook curl defender, because he has this zone right here. Look at how far he's already cheated on this side of the ball. So in my mind, I'm probably thinking, hey, if I can't fit this in here, I'm going to look this guy this way, and I'm going to hit Njoku right over the football. That's what I would do. He just tries to beat it with timing, and it's good timing. Like I do think he beats this dude with it, but he throws it right to the flat defender. So you got to have your eyes out in front. And it's just a mistake that through playing, I mean, who knows if this guy's going to drop? You just have to peek it. And it's got to happen really quickly. Like you just got to look real quick. Next play right here. Looks like it's man-to-man coverage. And if it's man-to-man, you got to be able to throw the football down the field. That's something that, sorry, the receivers let him down. A lot of drops. But here's what I like about this play. I mean, it's a pretty simple route concept. You saw this 2x2 tight formation. Again, he's just going to go up, run a post. He's going to run a dagger, read post to dagger. So they gave him easier reads, and then you're going to have a flat right here for number 3. They gave him easier reads this game, but it just didn't feel like it. And then they're showing man, but then they're going to zone, so he knows he has a little bit more time. As soon as Max Crosby loses contain, I'm good with that. Like, it's one of the best pass rushers in the entire country, in the entire United States. Like, do that. And him buying time, but also, it's just a long developing route, took forever. Him buying time, but also having the vision while he's buying, it's good because here's the exact same front we saw that last time. Max Crosby should have outside. Nice job by Njoku. He goes inside to beat the chip by 85, and Shedeur goes on the outside. And just the extending plays, the awareness, the escapability, the chance to be able to create plays outside of the pocket is huge. And then you're able to throw a dart like that. It's super impressive. And a lot of times they say, hey, don't rush watch, which means you don't want to watch the rush. But when you have a guy like that and you have someone running all the way out there, you got to be able to do it. And then I just like that, right? The ball security, maybe carry it a little bit tighter, but his eyes are down the football field. And I think that's the most important thing through this entire thing is, hey, if your eyes are down the football field, you're doing a pretty good job. Let's watch it from this view. Let's watch his eyes the whole time. It's a deeper developing route. Finally, they get something down the football field, but both of his huge plays were to be able to create down the field. He sees this guy, hey, I just need to buy a little bit more time. He's open. And by scrambling, these hook curl defenders cannot get deep enough to get underneath this dagger route. Okay, so he goes out there, watch what 45 does. 45 automatically breaks because he's like, hey, I got that gap. I got to contain it. And then Shedeur just throws it right over his head with a nice ball. He does throw a pretty sparse play. Under center, tight formation, all these dudes up in front, right? Good time for play action. And they didn't do this enough, right? This is a miss right here. You got to be careful with this. I don't know if he saw this, but I want to see this more on first and second down. Play action, get him on the move. Throwing to your left is hard. And you're just trying to get all these guys sucked up in this play action, and you're trying to run this over route with this go route. And there's really nothing in the flat other than 44. That's what you want to read first, then over here second. This is hard because you have to understand that this is a cloud corner. This is a half field safety and a half field corner. If that's the case, you got to get back and you got to be able to see them. And that was dangerous because a lot of times these corners, see, he goes up there and he sees this corner with his back turn. He's like, oh, it's man, I got all this room to beat this linebacker. So in reality, it's good. But on second thought, you have to peek him again. His eyes are all the way in here. He doesn't see this guy, and this guy's closed. Just a dangerous throw. And at least he's trying these throws. At least he's moving it down the football field. But 19, just going to try to go over there. I like the play fake, though. The play fake's good. 44 goes out, right? So he peeks the corner right there, the corner back. And then he doesn't get his eyes back out there again. And because of that, he throws this, and it's just a little bit. All right, Shedeur Sanders, man. Didn't think he played as well as he did last week, but also this San Francisco 49ers defensive front, they brought a lot of different pressures. They give him a lot of different looks. I mean, look at this. There's 8-9 guys within blitzing. So, this offensive line, I don't think that they played great. And I honestly, Shedeur, you're going to see he didn't play awesome as well. This is play 5. And this is the one that everyone's talking about. Did Jerry Jeudy, did he stop running? Did he not? It's up for you to say. But here's my thing. Judy's sideline interaction with him where he went over there and was in his face. I don't think that's great, especially for a rookie quarterback to have to deal with. Shedeur here does a nice job of sort of buying time. Here's what's going to happen, right? You're going to run a through route. You want to take this safety out of there. This is 18 yards, and you can hit it versus man-to-man coverage. If you have man-to-man, you can do it, right? You have an out route right here. This is free access only. So if Shedeur wants to throw it, make sure he's off. He could have taken that. And then the number one receiver in this entire thing, it is Jerry Jeudy. He's going to go out and then break in. I think he has maybe an option route. He can sit or break in. And so you want to read it high to low, right? 1 to 2. Pretty simple. They give him simple reads all day long. And Shedeur, for the most part, threw for a lot of passing yards, but here's one where they're doing, right? This is difficult. So they got 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, but they're dropping both ends and they're blitzing down the middle. Something that isn't too familiar, and they just tried to do what the Ravens did to Shedeur and throw the kitchen sink at him a couple weeks ago, right? If you're there, you might be able to throw this there, but everything is covered. So what do you do when everything's covered? You buy some time, right? And just a missed throw right here. And look, I don't know if Jeudy stopped running right here. He's running pretty high, but anytime there's 2 guys in the same area, it's just not good. I thought Shedeur did a good job on this play in particular of buying some time. And when you buy some time, you allow stuff to get thrown down the middle of the football field. He's moving a little bit. He sees this. He's moving a little bit this way. I just want him to see him come back and go straight. That's all it is. You get your back out, right? That's a good pocket. 55 right here. Complete pancake. But that's it right there. That's where you want to hit. And man, if he hits that, I wonder how different this game is. Honestly, it's just throws it too far. I don't think, it's anyone's fault. However, you got to hit this, right? You got to hit this. They're just not on the same page. They haven't played enough. He has angles going this way, and Jerry Jeudy throws it Shedeur throws it that way. So just a little bit of misunderstanding. All right, next play right here, 2nd and 8. All right, and they're getting in field goal range, and a lot of times in this field goal range stuff, Shedeur did take a few sacks. That's open, right? That's open right there. You got to throw it. And I don't know if he didn't see it because anyone's blocking, but that is absolutely open. Let's let it play out, right? You move around, you do a little bit of stuff, and just not a good throw. Here's what they're trying to do right here. I actually really like this. You start in a 3-by-1 formation all the way down here, and you're going to motion him over to be the go route. And then what we're going to have here is called a sail route. Sail the over, sail, S-E-L-L, sail the over route, then sail, S-I-S-A-I-L, spelling test, right there and sit into the zone. And then you're going to have that's the route right there. You're going to have an in route. So you want to go 1 to the sail, 2 to the flat, 3 right here. It's a pure progression read. It's a very, very good play design. And this one, for sure, Shedeur just misses it. He's got to see this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a clean pocket. I like the fact that they move the pocket a little bit right this way to try and get these guys there. But in between there, that dude's open. Got to hit it. And a really nice play versus quarters because you get your speed and your best guy on the safety. He's got to say, hey, I don't want to get run by. Right there is open. We'll see from Shedeur's view on what he saw. But this is a big play right here. Then they bring their guys in. So you're going to fake it. You're going to half roll. And that half roll will get these guys just to go a little bit that way. But more importantly, I like how they're formatting it to get 27 on Jerry Jeudy, right? Just doing that right there moves him. He's looking right at him. And he's settling versus zone. And I don't know if this was it where, Jeudy got, but you're going to see over time, right? You got to get him the football, but also don't show your quarterback up. Just not seeing it. Got to let that go right there. That's wide open in the NFL. Just throws a little high, which I'm fine with because he would have got blown up. Let's see him again from this view, right? Let's see where his eyes are. His eyes are everything. 27, remember, he's the key. Jeudy's coming at him, selling the sail route right there. Boom, right there. Let that thing go, right? His eyes are looking at the corner outside and then goes to him. Got to let it throw. Got to get it going. High throw right there is fine. He would have got blown up. All right, next play right here, 2nd and 11. All right, what are they doing defensively? Right? Are they playing man? Are they not? If you know it's man-to-man, which I think it is right here, what is your man beater? There's a free safety high. Hey, if something's not open, I can take off and run. I can do all this stuff. Okay? And this was a little bit of Interesting luck that this wasn't intercepted. I mean, they're just running 4 verticals. The right tackle is pretty soft on there, but it's a big play down the middle of the field. And what they're doing, if you know it's man-to-man, right, you're running a all-go special route, which means a dropout. It's just 4 verticals with a dropout to the field, meaning a comeback. Here's where you want to start. If you know it's man-to-man, here's where you want to start. You want to start on the middle seam right here, and then you want to go to this seam down to the back. That's it. If you want a one-on-one matchup right here, you can absolutely take that. That's an alert. So that should be your read. Here's what happens, right? 44 is open. I thought he should have thrown this first. That has your best chance at being able to catch and run. They're both running comebacks or Harveys right there. But if it's man-to-man, I would take my tight end on a linebacker all day. Yes, this is a very good route, but it's such a difficult throw between these two, and obviously the ball gets hit. So I thought he forwent his number 1 read, which should be right here, and you know it's 1 rat. So 1 rat tells you, hey, I have outside leverage on, and any in-breaking routes could work as long as it gets around that. So I want to see Shedor's eyes start right here. That should be the number 1. If he doesn't throw this, then it's 1 to 2. Also doesn't help that your right tackle Conklin gets, see, he starts right there, but he starts right there taking this safety. Okay, but that's open, right? And he needs to take that. He doesn't. And I don't know how he completed this, but it was impressive. Maybe the arm strength, maybe I don't know what it is. But a little bit of luck on your side. Let's see where his eyes are. I think his eyes are starting down the middle of the field to hold number 27. And by holding number 27, he's able to throw the seam. But I'm going to tell you right now, when they start this film review, everywhere I've been, that's just number 1. He goes on to number 2, and he'll learn. All right, 3rd and 14, long distance. What's the number 1 thing you don't want to do? The number 1 thing you don't want to do on 3rd and 14, you're probably not going to get it, is you're on field goal range. You cannot take a sack no matter what. I don't care what it is. I don't care how it is. That's one thing you want to do. They start the tight end outside to see if it's man zone. We know it's zone, right? You're taking a shot. You can't do that. This might be the worst play of the game for him because he knows he's in field goal range and he's trying. Look, he's trying to make a play. However, I actually really like this. You're going to motion in. You're going to run pretty much a hitch route. You're going to run a deep cross route, which is 18 to 22 over top of it, and then you're going to take the top of it with a post. That's an alert. This is number 1. This is number 2. You're trying to get, here's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get these 2 defenders to jump down on here. You're trying to take this post and have these 2 defenders go with it, and then you're trying to get this guy over here. However, this safety plays it well, and this play takes a long time to develop. And when you're doing that and you're feeling the pressure right there, right? He's going back all the way over here. You just need to throw that. I think this is that. Live to fight another day. Don't make a bad play worse, and that's something any rookie quarterback's going to struggle with. Let's see it from this view. All right, so that's the whole play concept. The deep cross has to beat this guy, right? I wouldn't mind if you come back here and say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to throw it to you, okay? Or take a shot at the post, which you can't do. And even though they get, you know, boom, boom, 75 has to stay connected a little bit better. That's a tough pass rush. You can't take a sack right there. All right, let's see it from this view, right? If you know he does early in the game, just throw it right there. Throw it right there. I know you're trying to, but look at where this guy's at when you're trying to get him over the top. He needs to be over there. Just the route spacing and the combo. Ultimately, this falls on the quarterback. All right, next play right here, 2nd and 9, right? Got a 5-man front. Got to understand where this guy's at. Okay, is it cover 0? No, it's just quarters. It's the low quarters. They're begging him to throw the football down the field, and this is what he does. Best throw of the day. I think it's the only completion on this drive. They were running the heck out of the football. And this is a pretty simple route concept. When these guys are flat-footed, it just helps these guys get a lot more depth, meaning, hey, let's clear this out. Let's have this corner and go with a flat in there. You want this post to take away these 2 guys. And then you want this sloppy corner and go to get lost, right? You want to put this guy in peril, in conflict, excuse me. You look down here, and then you've got to make sure you throw this football before this corner sees the throw and falls off. So I thought the arc on the throw was great. I thought he did a really nice job buying time. These are the type of throws that make me think, hey, he has something in the NFL, because it's there. It's a great play design. Yes, all this stuff. But you see how he steps up in the pocket right there too? That's awesome. 27 is looking here, and as soon as he goes out, he's like, hey, I got this post route, a perfectly called and executed play, and nice job by 44 getting in for Shedeur Sanders' second touchdown. But I think the biggest thing, we'll see it from this view, the biggest thing I like about this is, one, he executes it. Two, his eyes are in the right spot. And number three, look at this pocket movement up in the pocket, 2 hitches, and it's a slow drop. It's not a really fast drop, and you have to have a slow drop right here to let this play develop, and just pinpoint accuracy. It's a nice throw. All right, 3rd and 6, empty. I don't love empty versus this pass rush team. If it is, the ball has to come out. We got to do all this stuff. So you're getting into this trips bunch look, right? And there's really nothing here. I hate the route spacing and the combo. What I think is supposed to happen is you're supposed to clear this guy out. You want this one-on-one with this linebacker right here on this out. That's number 1. This dude who has to get over here, that's 18 yards, and this guy has a shallow cross. So you're bringing everything on this side of the field. I just think the route spacing here is not great, right? You can't throw that. I like it. You have to get over here, right? And you have to get over here. Look, he's already at the back of his drop. And these are the problem with these. And I don't really love it for anyone. A lot of teams do it. You're comboing 3-step footwork, with a 5-step drop. So that means you have to throw this on 1, 2, 3, or like a hitch, and then this isn't and hasn't had a chance to develop. So watch this. 1, 2, 3. He hits his back foot. This shallow cross should be completed here. He's there. This deep cross should be completed here. He's there. You see what I'm saying? So it just takes a little bit longer to develop 3-step versus 5-step. I don't like it. Catch the ball. And I think that was why I wanted to break this down, is like, hey, there's a lot of teams that do it. You pair 3-step and you pair 5-step. And this could even be, say, hey, 7-step, because you really have to stretch your drop down to let this develop. These guys just aren't over here, right? And just catch the football. All right, next play right here. I just wanted to show this because I thought this was ridiculous. What are we doing, right? We're trying to go tush push, and then you're fumbling. This is really the game-changing moment. They get this ball. They end up scoring. Shedor's like, what's going on? I mean, there's not a lot to break down right here. You have a tight end taking it, and I'm sure they practiced it. They did all this stuff. This is why only the Eagles can run the tush push. I don't love this. I don't like a tight end under center taking a snap, and it just hits his hands. It just hits his hands. Watch right there. It just hits his hands and falls. And this is what changed the entire game. Can't have that. Can't have short fields. All right, next play, 3rd and 10, backed up. Man, just know when the journey's over, this is going to be very difficult to convert, right? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that, right? And I think this is the one that Judy was a little upset about, because he is going out. He has a corner route right here. Judy's open. Like, he's open. This is a very, very much trust throw right here. And he's going to go across. It's literally 1 to 2. Just know on this, hey, it's 1 to 2. You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitch ball. And it's to the field. He has a strong enough arm, I think, to get it out there. He's already off him, though. He sees this. And anytime you see green grass, I don't care what he's doing, that's a throw right there. And I think this is what I think Judy is upset about right there, right? Understanding, like, hey, man, like, I'm open. You got to let this one go. There's not a lot into it, right? You just got to let this one fly. And he takes a little bit of a weird drop. Let's see it from the back. So he's in between a 3 and a 5-step drop. This is a quick 5 or a big 3. Let's see it. 1, 2, 3. He almost ends it there, but then goes back there as well. He's seeing, and I get it, and rightfully so, he's seeing the rush. Like, this open. Oh my gosh, that's open. Dude, let that thing freaking rip, or throw the shallow cross. There's a lot of guys open in this point, right? His eyes have dropped and have started rush watching. And this is play 46 in the game. He's lucky this one got out of the end zone, but there's 2 guys open on that, right? Let's see his eyes. Let's just watch his eyes. And I think for the most part, through the first 2 games, his eyes were good, right? He's reading there. You should know number 2's right there. You see how they bend down and they're watching the rush. Just got to get better at that. Got to drill that one for sure. All right, next one's 2nd and 20. Couple more right here. 2nd and 20. All right, never a good way to start. and he just checks it down. And that's fine because I think, you're getting to a point where, hey, this game's getting out of hand. However, you start this, you do a comeback, he's going, and then you have this in route with this underneath shallow cross route. You got to push the ball down the field. You're worried about throwing interceptions a little bit. I get that. But when you have something like that, I think it should be a 5-step drop to get him in better rhythm because he's there. He's 3-step drop, right? Timing up your drop to match your route. That dude's open. Freaking slang that thing, right? That's open in the NFL. So there's been 3 or 4 times right here where he's just, decided to check it down. It's 2nd and 20. You're going to have 4-down territory. So I just wanted to see him. I want to see him let it go and rip it. You know what I mean? Just rip this thing, get it going. Nice catch, but he has a guy open over top. All right, 3rd and 16. Got 2 more plays. This is the very next play. When I say you got to push stuff down the field, you got to do it. They're playing this too high safety look. It's never good, right? And this is one I wanted to show because it seemed like the ball slipped or it floated. There's really not a lot of stuff open, right? He goes here, he goes here, he has a post. If you want to be super aggressive, you throw the post. I'm okay with not being super aggressive right here. I understand, right? There's nothing open, right? Not there, not there, not there. This is when Shedor's his best, was he can create and escape the pocket. And man, I'll show it from this back view. I just want to show this because I'm not quite sure what happened, but it looked like the ball completely slipped out of his hands. So you're going to go here, not open, right? Maybe it is, I didn't see it from that view, right? Stretch your drop a little bit more, boom. And he's just got to take these tight window throws. So that's open to another missed throw, another misread. But here's what it is. I think this ball comes unraveled, but I think it slipped. Let's see it from this view. Nice job by 16, not letting it picked off. But at this point, you're finally taking shots down the field. You have to move the football down the field in terms of, hey, we got to take shots. We got to take it, right? 44 is open, though. 44 is open. Throw it, right? There's 3 or 4 or 5 times he's left completions on the field. All right, next play right here, 26-8. This game's pretty much over. Shedor's announced a starter for next week against Tennessee. Just got to continually drill these things. It's only going to come when you're playing more. And look, here's another sack, right? This is 2 sacks, 5 missed throws, 5 misreads. Nothing's open right here, right? Covered. Just got to step up and move. And I think one of these things, he's shown enough to get an extended look because they want to see, hey, is he the franchise? Is he not? He has to be able to have this confidence to not worry about turnovers and just let these balls rip. And you cannot make bad plays worse. All right, Shedeur Sanders right here, man. Thought he played really well. Thought this was the best game of his career, short career. Imagine what these practice reps can do for a young guy. He's just doing such a great job of understanding. I thought he played really slow this game, which is a good thing. Calm, cool, collected. And this is play 11 of the game. And for him to make this throw, it's just unbelievable. I also read a thought, or I saw a thought. He's one of only 2 rookie quarterbacks ever to throw for 340 plus yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown in one game. I don't care if it's against the Titans. This dude is balling out. All right, so here's the concept. You're going to take this flat route right here. You just want to pull these guys out. You want to attack the middle of the field, all right? You're going to have, I think that's Njoku and Fannin. You're going to go straight to the middle of the field. This is going to be wide open. And watching this, I thought he should have thrown this. But you know what? He wanted to throw 85 the ball, right? He's already starting to throw the ball, and he just trusts his tight end to be exactly where he needs to be. And you can't throw this ball any better. Like, this is an absolute BB dot. I thought, though, this play, just watching this, is supposed to be for 44. He wants to throw it to his guy with 37 going. Let him do it, because he had the hot hand, and we're going to get to this 2-point conversion, which everyone's talking about. I like that they're taking Fannin, moving him up there. It should be a post, and it's a corner. And he's just supposed to read the middle of the field, right? He gets up there. Here's another thing, too. I saw a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage. He just looks way more comfortable, right? He's already throwing it, so I get that. And here's the thing, too. His footwork wasn't great this game, but it was really just calm. And that's what I like, because there's a couple of times where he gets out. We're going to show a lot of good plays. We're going to show a few bad, too. But you can't, guys, you can't throw this football any tighter, any better, any window. It's just really, really good. All right, here we go. Under center, right? You just make this change. They're an all goal line personnel. So when you get up there, you're thinking, all right, hey, I got a chance. If they blitz, I got enough guys up here to really block up for us, right? They just go full slide. So there is a very good possibility you're hot here. If he goes, he buys enough time, moves to his left, throws this dart, and I mean, you can't get a better throw. All right, next play right here. This is play 12. This is the very next play, all right? Titans tried to do a lot of different things. They tried to disguise. Is there 4 guys on the line? Is there 5 guys on the line? Shedor's seen this quite a bit. Remember the Ravens game, his very first time playing? They blitzed the crap out of him. He wasn't ready. Here, I just think that is such a good job of, we call it stop and pop. And I love this play. Like, I love this play call so much. You have a receiver here, you're motioning here, you're faking here, you're seeing this guy on a slide route, which means you slide underneath the line of scrimmage, and then you have an over route and a corner route. I mean, this is a perfect play call. This is exactly what Shedeur needs to have in his repertoire under center. This is hard because when you see this, and Shedeur has to peek this, this is called a wide 9 technique. See how wide he is compared to this tight end? So he's way out there. You're told on these bootlegs and nakeds, if you have a wide 9, be ready to pull up and be ready to hit this over route in a tight window. Now this over route, because of the fake, is wide open, but I thought this is really good technique by Shedeur, a good fake. See how he pops, he's stop and pops, which means, hey, you're stopping, you're popping this throw, and a really nice job. Look at the layering of this defense. When everything is layered correctly and everything's going right, they give him a lot of half-field reads and progressions. He's a good quarterback. He threw the ball really accurately too, in my opinion, for this cold weather. This snow was barely coming down. Everything's not right. Okay, 19's going to go there. The tight end, who's been a great add, and then you should stay on the move on this. However, you're going to see this over route come. You have to get and understand, hey, there's a couple rules. Okay, one of them is, hey, if there's a wide 9, we're going to pop and stop. All right, a little bit behind him here, but that's pretty good. You're thinking in your mind, right, good fake, get these guys, these linebackers to roll, and then you're going to roll out. Okay, the first thing you look at is wide 9 technique. If it is, you got to be aware. If there's pressure, you got to be aware. He understood that. He understood the assignment. Nice throw. A little behind him. It's all right, though. I don't mind that at all because you're getting a first down when you're backed up. It's all right, right? This is a tough throw, a guy right in your face, right? He's throwing it right there. This guy's open. Yeah, perfect throw would have been in front and get him to throw or get him to run. All right, next play right here. All right, 3-by-1 formation into the boundary. All right, he took a lot of time at the line of scrimmage, just sort of feeling it out, seeing, hey, what are we going to do? Right here, they're playing in a 2-shell safety look, so this means there's 2 safety back. Really nice job right here. An underutilized part of his game, too, I think, is his scrambling ability. And so when you're scrambling like this, it just keeps the defense aware of your athletic ability. Okay, so I like this play a lot. You're going to bring this motion. He's going to become the seam. You're going to run this switch release all go. This is versus single high zone, all right? But it's not single high zone, so you're off of that. The next thing they're going to do, they're going to run a 12-yard in and an 8-yard over route. You're trying to get, this is number 1 and this is number 2. This play right now versus this coverage and 2-eye safety, it's dead. Like, it really is dead. What you're hoping for is with this right guard pulling, you're hoping to get this Mike to run into this A gap and just hit this tight end right there over cross. It's not there, right? There's nothing open. Not there, not there, not there, not there. I saw a couple times where he was able to get to his 5th read. But when you have a quarterback that can do this and you have a quarterback that can run for, 15 yards on any given play, I like it. I also like him showing his ability to sort of show his personality, because it definitely was the case this game. So look, you're doing this and you're trying to get this Mike linebacker to fill this A gap with this fake, and you're trying to sneak 44 on this little Gronk route, Rob Gronkowski, and the Patriots ran it a lot. It's not there. He sees this, and that's a nice job of him understanding, hey, I can't throw that. Okay, can I throw that? Nope, this defender's taking it. Let me just take off. Quick decision making really led to his good game. Here we go. Empty. I liked him in empty this game. All right. You're getting a man zone read right now. Okay. You see this. I think that's a running back or a tight end. That's a linebacker. Inside leverage. You know it's man. All right. You know it's man. Is it 5-man pressure or is it just 4-man pressure? Because that changes the entire dynamic. Right now, it's a 4-man pressure. And here's a spy or what we like to call a robber. So when he understands that, right, he's got to understand, hey, what is going to win in this game? All right, there's a couple things that go on here. One, this is just an amazing throw. Two, I'm trying to think like what they're trying to do. What I think they're trying to do is I think they're trying to run a shallow cross. I think Jerry Jeudy, is supposed to run a dagger route and a clear route. And I think you're just supposed to read low to high right here. What's crazy about this is him and Jerry Jeudy, remember the little scuffle on the sideline? Well, Jeudy is wide open right here. He's throwing the football. When I say wide open, it's because of the route. But look at this trust. There's 2 defenders right here, right? And that's what Jeudy was saying. Hey, just throw me the football. This whole part of this through route is to take this safety. The timing and the rhythm and everything about this throw for Shedeur is just outstanding. And people can say, oh, you know, Jerry Jeudy stopped running on the last one. Shedeur missed that one. Shedeur did not miss this throw. And I just like how he gets through his progression so quickly. You're going to have pretty much a high-low, right? You have to see this safety, number 25. His eyes, Shedeur, early in the snap, his eyes are this way. You can't see it. We'll do this QB vision cone. His eyes are this way to try and get this safety to go that way. 19 is rolling. They drop him, so this safety has to take him. And when he does, look how quickly he's already back there for this throw. And it's a very, very tight window throw between 3 defenders. And here's the thing, too, which I like about Shedeur's throw and I like about Jeudy's route. This route should be coming downhill. Shedeur and Jerry Jeudy both realize that there's no safety, and this safety is getting taken over here. We're just going to throw him open. This is what I'm talking about. This is what makes good quarterbacks great. And Shedeur's not at that spot yet, but him and Jerry Jeudy sort of squashed that beef. I want you to watch his eyes. His eyes are going to be this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he gets to his second read, and then he gets back to his third read. So this is 3 reads that he's able to do. Okay, and everyone wants to say, hey, look at the pat. Look at the pat. Did the pat hurt this time right here? Look at the pat on the ball. The pat, it gets him in rhythm. Jerry Jeudy, they throws it open, and then it's a house call. It's unbelievable throw, unbelievable, and then Jeudy hits it with a flip. All right, here we go, 3rd and 3. After that Jerry Jeudy throw, I'm telling you, this gave him a lot of confidence, and he started playing a lot better. All right, big-time play action. You're rolling to the right. This is one that he's going to want back, right? I like the thought of this play. So you're going to have a tight end right here. You call it a bang out and release, and then I'm pretty sure the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan ran this play last week to Juice. You're going to have this tight end come back. He's going to insert through the C gap, which is the gap between the tight end and the tackle, and he's going to run a corner. He should be your primary, and then you're going to have an over route. What I don't like about this play, one, I think 44 gets too deep right there. I'd love 44 to be here so he gets up on the safety faster, right? And they're trying to do that. They're trying to get this nickel or that linebacker to try and fit up. That's who is open. And if it just gets there a little bit sooner, I think Shedeur sees it. But look at all 3 of these guys, right? They're so tightly wound up that you just can't make that throw. He tries to fit this throw in. He's getting a little too confident on some of these intermediate throws where there are some tight window throws that need to be had, right? That's the throw. This is the throw that needs to be had, and it needs to have a little bit of air. What I don't think happened, I thought that Shedeur didn't see 39, right? Because 39 turns it. Shedeur's looking back inside and feels like, hey, I can beat this throw. He doesn't see that. You got to see in front of your throw. Lucky this one didn't get picked off, right? Let's see it right here. Get him on the move. I like this route concept. This should already be here, though. Just the timing was a little bit off. Shedeur definitely doesn't see this guy. Sky turn, and then, gets lucky with the non-interception. Here we go. 2x2 formation, shotgun, play 41. All right, here's what I like. Okay, you see Shedeur? Watch Shedeur the whole time. Check into a play. That just tells me he understands that it's man-to-man coverage. And Stefanski and offensive powers to be, they give him an opportunity to check to what he feels necessary. If that's a man beater, then so be it. And this is a dime. This might be the best throw of the game for Shedeur. Like I truly believe that. It's a switch release all go. So you're trying to get here. So you're trying to go here to take this safety. And I don't know if this is like a wheel route or if this is supposed to be an out and up. But what I do know is that Shedeur holds this free safety and throws an absolute dime. Like you just can't get a better throw than this. In rhythm, 1, 2, 3, while he's getting hit, and he throws this over top, and it's so hard to do sometimes to a tight end, but he's just a mismatch anywhere. So watch. He sees this safety out of the corner of his eye come down. When he sees the safety come down, here we go. We're checking. We're getting to a play for number 44, and I'm going to hold this safety, watch the eyes, and I'm going to let this thing rip, right? Just enough. You can barely see it. See his eyes right there, right? It's holding the safety, and he's able to come back here as he's getting smoked, which this O-line, this right side did not pass off these games very well. He's getting smoked while he's doing it, but a really nice shot down the field. And that's like, I like to, sometimes on his go balls, he throws it too much up in the air. You see how this is just on a line? It gets up and down. That is a freaking NFL throw. Let's see it from this view. I like it. Watch his eyes just enough. He understands, hey, there's no way Woods can get over here. Let's check. Okay, we're cutting something. Got to fill out the line of scrimmage. We're doing all these things, all right? Watch his eyes just enough right there. It's just peeking just to make sure he can't get over. And when he can't, as you're getting hit, we're throwing a dime over top the shoulders, and then the whole sideline, man, the whole sideline was pumped, especially 44. All right, 2nd and 20, 3-score game. The snow is coming down even harder. This is tough to do. 2x2 set. I like that it's all inside the numbers. Play action fake. Okay, here's the one. Here's the play that you just can't have happen, right? You're trying to make too much happen, and it's an interception. This is the one play where I'm like, hey, just know when the journey's over, right? You're having a deep down the field throw. So you're having a pylon throw, which means you're going to go touch the hash and go to the pylon of the end zone at 40 yards. You have a deep cross route, 18 to 22 yards, and usually you have an in route, but it looks like they're going an in and go. So I'm not sure if he's trying to throw this back here, but whatever it is, look, stuff's covered. You can't always take the shot down the field. It looks to me he's throwing here. There's nothing in the flat. That's sort of my issue. You have to just take the check down right there. Know when the journey's over, take the check down, which is easier said than done because I think that's Simmons trying to eat his lunch. But you just can't do this. And I know there's some things that happen. This is the 1 or 2 play that he's going to want back. You're pretty much just reading half side of the field, right? You're reading this pylon route to this over route. Simmons does a nice job, but look, watch him make Simmons fall right there. Like, that's wild to me. Like, this is an all-pro defensive tackle. You make them fall. They were all sorts of stuff. Right there, just throw the ball away. He's seen all this stuff. Just throw the football away. Don't make a bad play worse. This is all part. I mean, look at the ball, too. It sort of sails. It's a wobbler because it's wet. And when that happens, man, just let the football die down. He's trying to make play. I get it. You cannot do this in the NFL. There's just too many good guys. Keeping it open, ball slips, wet weather, not good. Right, here we go, 3rd and 10. All right, they're down quite a bit. All right, 3rd and 10. Watch this throw. This is a very tight window throw. You start this receiver outside, you move him inside. Now you have a tight bunch up top. They're pressuring. Step up in the pocket, throw this between 4 defenders. It's just excellent. So you're going to have this is a through route. Run and keep running 40 yards down the field. Try to take this safety away. You're going to have this like underneath route, which is like a grab route. And then you're going to have this dagger route. So you really want to read low to high. You want to make sure everyone attaches to this sit route. And then you're going to throw this dagger route. Well, this is a good versus all play. But when you have a defender like this running through and sort of turning, that just makes it hard. Look at him throw this. So he's throwing the ball now. And he's just trusting that this linebacker is going to continue to run. You have outside leverage. The linebacker actually turns around, and you throw this perfectly thrown football in between 3 guys on a money down in a much-needed game. to number 19. I just love it. I like it. They're trying to, okay, is that a linebacker? Is that a linebacker? No, that's a safety. That's a nickel. No, that's there. Who knows where they're blitzing from? The O-line, great job. They pick it up. Great job right here, right? Step up in the pocket and a tight window throw. 1, 2, 3. Look at his base too, right? Watch his base. 1, 2, 3. See him base, both feet on the ground, short step. See that short step right here, this front foot? Short step. Can't even finish through and follow through, and it's a nice throw. Great job. Really nice job. Let's watch it from this view because this is a really nice angle too. All right, here you go. His pocket presence is getting really good too. You know, this rush is tough. Simmons is trying to get to him, not so much. Throw this. Can't even follow through. Nice throw. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you want this video and many others, head on over to the Patreon page. The link is in the description box below.